Students, so in the previous lecture we discussed up to homogeneous mixture, that is liquid homogeneous mixture. Now continuing in the same, now we will discuss liquid gas homogeneous mixture. There are certain gases which are fairly soluble in water, for example carbon dioxide gas. So here we can take the example of cold drinks, aerated drinks, where this gas is present in water under pressure to give carbonic acid. So this is the example of liquid gas homogeneous mixture. Now for gas homogeneous mixture, we have air. Air consists of mixture of different gases, but we can't say that is heterogeneous because gases are thoroughly mixed with each other. Now in the same manner we have heterogeneous mixture. First is solid heterogeneous mixture, like your salt and sugar, iron filings and sulfur powder. Why these are called heterogeneous mixture? Because these are not thoroughly mixed with each other, and it is easy to separate the components of heterogeneous mixture as compared to separate the components of homogeneous mixture, because that is not uniformly mixed with each other. In the same manner, solid liquid heterogeneous mixture like chalk powder in water, sand in water, these are the examples of solid liquid heterogeneous mixture. In the same manner, liquid heterogeneous mixture, immiscible liquids will come here, like oil in water, mercury in water, etc. These are the example of liquid heterogeneous mixture, not homogeneous mixture. Hetero because these are not miscible with each other. Now coming to the separation techniques which are there in this chapter, we discuss about elements, we discuss about compounds, mixtures, their properties, how do they differ from each other. This also we have done. We have done about homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture. Now we will discuss various separation techniques which are there in this chapter one by one. We will just summarize that. So let's start with the simplest one that I have written, sedimentation, which is followed by decantation. The process by which insoluble substance can be separated out from liquid in which density of insoluble substance is more than that of water, that process is known as sedimentation. For example, you have mixture of sand and water. So sand will settle down at the bottom. So this settling down of the sand at the bottom of a beaker or a utensil in which mixture is taken, this is known as sedimentation. And when we transfer the water into another vessel, that is known as decantation. So this is sedimentation followed by decantation. So this is the first one, sedimentation followed by decantation. Second is filtration. Filtration process is used to separate out suspended impurities. Such impurities which remain suspended in the solution, whose density is neither very high that it will settle down at the bottom, nor very low that it will float on the surface of water. So such impurities remain suspended in the solution, which are known as suspended impurities. So filtration method is used to separate out which type of impurity? It is used to separate out suspended impurities. For example, chalk particles, calcium carbonate from water, that can be separated out by the process of filtration. Next is your sublimation. Sublimation method as a separation technique can be used to separate mixture of sublimable substance from that of non-sublimable substance. For example, I have written the example, like we have powdered ammonium chloride which is of sublimable nature and sodium chloride. Both are white in color, and if you want to separate, you can separate this mixture with the help of the process that we call sublimation. Because out of these two, ammonium chloride changes into vapor, and again when you will put the funnel over the china dish, it will cool down and you will obtain this on the inner side of the funnel, as we discussed in the last chapter when we were revising the chapter better. This was just like this, like china dish, and you have taken mixture of these two, tripod stand, wire gauze. Just put the Bunsen burner over it, below this, and then cover it with the funnel. And put the cotton plug. So you will obtain this ammonium chloride on the inner side of this funnel, and salt will be left behind. So this is sublimation process. Next is magnetic separation. Magnetic separation method is used to separate magnetic substances from non-magnetic substances. Such substances which gets attracted towards magnet from such substances which do not get attracted towards magnet. It can be done manually if it is to be done on small scale, and it can be done with the help of electricity, that we call electromagnetic separation. if this method is to be done on large scale. Iron, cobalt, nickel, these are the elements which are magnetic in nature. Best example, this Fe plus S, it gets attracted towards magnet, it doesn't get attracted towards magnet. Next is by using separating funnel. Separating funnel is used to separate immiscible liquids, such liquids which do not mixes with each other. For example, with the help of this we can separate mixture of oil and water. How? See here, let me draw the diagram so that it will become clear to you. So see here. That how does it work? Not only oil and water, mercury and water also you can take, because density of mercury is more than that of water, it settles down at the bottom. Oil and water. It is somewhat like this. Then place it over the tripod stand, and here one knob is there. One beaker, place one beaker and take the mixture of oil and water. Oil will float because its density is lighter than that of water. Open the knob, water will be collected in the beaker and oil will be left behind in the separating funnel. Next is distillation method. Distillation method is used to separate soluble solid from liquid, in which evaporation method is followed by condensation. For example, if you want to separate mixture of salt and water, salt completely dissolves in water. So how will you separate? If you want only salt, you will go for evaporation. Water will be lost to the atmosphere. But if you want both the things, you want salt as well as water, there you have to prefer distillation to obtain both the things. And it is also done by using special apparatus. If I want to show you this thing in the lab, we have to take round bottom flask, condenser, conical flask, etc. But in definition, what you will write? Method which is used to separate soluble solid from liquid. It can be salt, it can be glucose, it can be copper sulfate, it can be ferrous sulfate, etc. So that is distillation. Last but not the least, that is fractional distillation. Fractional distillation method is used to separate miscible liquids, such liquids which mixes with each other. For example, alcohol in water. For immiscible liquid, we have to use separating funnel, and for miscible liquid, we have to use the method which we call fractional distillation. And this fractional distillation method is done by using a fractionating column. This method is based upon the difference in the boiling point. This is the basic principle which is behind this separation technique, that is difference in the boiling point. Boiling point of alcohol is lower than that of water. So when we heat the mixture, first of all alcohol evaporate. So the substance which will evaporate first, it quite obvious, it will condense first. So it is collected separately and water will be left behind. So these all are the separation techniques which are there in this chapter which we have discussed. So revise this chapter thoroughly, and tomorrow you people will have test of this chapter. Thank you.